Hello, hello. So we're here to do kinetic divination readings, and this is a three-step reading. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, so do you have one question? Do you have one question? And then we'll go into the kinetic divination reading. And I called it the three-step kinetic divination. I call it KD as well. So if you hear me talk about KD, that's what it is. It's kinetic divination. And this is a healing methodology that allows you to reprogram the subconscious mind and remove illness, disease, triggers, trauma, money blocks, subconscious programming from your body. So that's what KD is. So I called it the three-step KD reading because what we're going to do is if you drop a picture, I will look at the picture. Marley, you and I have worked together. You've been on some of my calls, so I know you. So I don't have to tune in I don't have to focus because I know who you are. Other people that I haven't worked with, I prefer to have that image because then it creates more of a connection between you and I can muscle test on your behalf. Also, dropping that image, you are giving me permission to muscle test on your behalf and check in with your energy to see what could help you create the thing that you desire. What could help you answer that question that you have? Make sense? Clear as mud? I hope so. I'm going to pull this down just so that I can see your comments and I'm not seeing myself. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So the question, how can I be in alignment with my life partner being by my side daily? Okay. So this is cool. This is a really great example of what you desire. You've got some really great clarity there. Beautiful. What I would do first is I would break that down, whatever you desire. And for everybody here or on the replay, if you really get clear on what you want to create, have a really clear description of what you want to create in your reality, and then write it down. So get a piece of paper. And what I would suggest is writing it down with either pencil or black ink. And you can write down your question or your statement, your desire. Write down your desire. And then I would love for you to pick it apart. What I mean by this is you're going to focus on each aspect of that question or of that desire. And you're going to check in with your body to see if each part of that has a charge to it or could have resistance to it. I'm an intuitive healer, so I can look at your question and I can gauge just by maybe working with you a few times the energy of your verbiage, your wording here that you've written down, that there is a charge around by my side daily. So what I would do is I would ask you to muscle test how much resistance you have around by my side daily. So there's a few components here, right? How can I be? Even that is a separate issue. I say issue because I'm not sure of the other terminology right now. How can I be? That is one thing that we can look at. In alignment is the second thing that we would look at in muscle test. With my life love partner, that could be, those would be two separate things that I would actually muscle test. I'll tell you why. My life love partner is one thing, and then your love partner is a separate thing, because you can have a love partner and then you could have a lifelong love partner, right? And there's a whole bunch of expectations and conclusions that are around, if you come into my life, you're in it to stay. Like, you're here, you're nailed down, right? Like, you're committing to me for my whole life, right? That's a huge commitment that you're asking someone who's coming into your life off the get-go to commit to. If you used a more playful energy, that would lighten that up, right? So how can I, as one energy, be in alignment is another energy. Life partner is a third energy. Love partner is a fourth energy. Being by my side is a fifth energy. And being by my side daily is a sixth energy. So does that make sense for everybody? Are you getting that? Are you getting that when you create a sentence, when you create an ask, when you are giving direction to the energy of the universe, you're creating this demand and this ask, this request, this desire, this goal. And not just you, Marley, when we are creating these things, when we are creating these asks and these goals, and yes, you say I was just being specific. Absolutely. And this is important. When you write down, and this is why I want everybody to get a piece of paper, write down what you want to create. The words that you use will show you what energy is going on in that desire. Does that make sense? This is why I love it. Can you tell that I get so excited about this stuff. I love this so much because you can, in the words that you use, in the phrasing, what you write down is so telling, gives you a glimpse into the energy, the emotion, the subconscious programs that are running behind the scenes that we don't usually pay attention to unless you do the work that I do or similar, right? Usually we're on autopilot. We wake up in the morning and we put our feet on the floor, we get up, we may or may not put our big girl pants on for the day, right? And if you're in my program Ananda, I'm getting close to the end of this program Ananda, but if you're in the program last week, I talked about this, right? Are you going to put on your big girl pants? Are you going to put on the pants that say, hey, I'm ready to find my love match? Or are you going to put on the pants that say, ooh, I'm having an off day today, don't look at me? And this is the energy that you bring to your desire, to your ask, to your claim, to your demand. When you are claiming what you want to create, write it down. And if you want to write a page of and around your desire, do that and then go over. It can be, if you journal, go over your last journal page and look at what you wrote and feel into the energy and the intention and the emotion and possibly the mental restraints, constrictions, limitations, beliefs, stories, rules that could be around all of the phrases that you put in there. Does that make sense? And I love that you were just being specific, but I want you to really ask. I'd love to get a clear bead on your next move. Yeah. So your next move would be doing the exercise that I just laid out. And ask yourself, you can write what you wrote here down on the piece of paper, or you could do something different. You could, if this has changed, write down the change. Because you can grab a piece of paper, write down your desire, your ask, your goal, your target, and then go over the line that you've written down and feel into the energy. Now, if you guys, Marley knows muscle testing and Marley knows how to muscle test in the Kinetic Divination system. So the Kinetic Divination system is a little bit different. We muscle test a little bit differently. I think it's the coolest thing in the world, potentially. It brings us back to a sense of empowerment and allows us to muscle test with our body as our subconscious mind. So first, let's take a breath. And I want you to think of some place something, someone, sometime, a pet. I guess maybe I should say some pet. Gotta figure out how to weave that in there. That you love unconditionally and that you are grateful for. You love unconditionally and that you're grateful for. What memory, what place, what time, what memory are you grateful for? Feel into that gratitude. Tune into the gratitude, turn the gratitude up, expand the gratitude. And I want you to create an anchor into that gratitude. If your mind goes to a yeah, but if your mind goes to something different, just bring it back to the gratitude. Put those thoughts in a waiting room and come back to the gratitude. Turn the gratitude up, create color, vibrancy. If you want to bring in smells where there are chocolate chip cookies, like whatever you want, whatever you want. Turn up that gratitude. Okay. Now I want you to imagine that there is a whiteboard out in front of you. This whiteboard you can muscle test on. We're going to skip to the percentage chart on the whiteboard. If you need more information on how to do this, I have a muscle testing 101 toolkit. If you want the toolkit, put 101 toolkit in the comments below and I'll send you the PDF. It's free. So with this whiteboard out in front of you, you're just imagining that there's 0% on the left and 100% on the right. Hey, Renee, how are you? I didn't know that was your comment. Hey, Sweet Candy, 101, perfect. Yeah, so Renee, you'd love to get clear on your a clear beat on your next move. Okay, I didn't read the name there. Perfect. Amazing. Marley, I create a beautiful, loving relationship. I'm ready to welcome and love. Yeah. Yeah. So if you think of, again, we're writing down, Sweet Candy, Renee, if you have a piece of paper, write down your desire, write down what you want to create. What would you love to experience right now? What am I experiencing? What am I ready to experience? What changes would I love to create in my life? Yeah. Yes. Money to pay my bills. Yep. So this is another great example. When you write down money to pay my bills on a piece of paper, you're going to look at, there's, three things there. There are three components of that sentence that could potentially have energy, blocks, resistance, rules, stories, limitations, beliefs, points of view that could block that from coming to you. There could even be more. There could even be more because bills, if we have resistance around paying our bills, if we have resentment, like, yeah, we love having a roof over our heads, but do we resent the need? Hey, how are you? I'm moving to the next level in every aspect of my life. That's the word, thought, and deed I'm putting out into the universe. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Okay. So again, write that on a piece of paper. Write that on a piece of paper. So we're bringing Chaya in. If it's Chaya, don't kick my butt. Do not kick my butt. She may come in and kick my butt when she comes in here. Just warning you. No. Hi. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm live with you. It's been like 2 years.
I know. Oh, I think it's been longer. I think it's been longer.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Yeah. How are you?
I am in the midst of finals. I went back to acupuncture school. California laws changed, and for me to continue treating patients the way I do, I had to go back to school.
Oh, wow. Oh, good for you. Yeah.
So I
Did you
saw
go?
you were live, and I saw the topic, and I said I want in on this conversation.
Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, so we're we're tuning into the energies. And this came up because when for years I've been kind of a stalker of access consciousness. I won't ever be a facilitator. They change. No, you can join too, Marley. Yep, anybody can join. Anybody can join. And we'll go deeper into the 3 steps. But one of their mantras in Access is all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. And they said, if you repeat that for 30 times a day for 30 days, your life will change. I'm like, okay, I'm up for the challenge. I'm doing this. And I repeated that, like they said, 30 times or more for 30 days or more. And I finally went, this isn't, nothing's changing. So I finally repeated it and I wrote it down and I looked at it. And it was all of life comes to me. And the energy on that was, whoa, whoa, who do you think you are? What do you mean all of life comes to you? What? There was so much resistance on that. With ease? No, 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 can't do it. That can't be easy for you. Again, who do you think you are? Joy and glory. Like there was so much in that sentence. And I was repeating it, wanting it to be the truth for me. And it absolutely wasn't. So this is a 3-step kinetic divination process, and I'm going to lay it for you guys. It is, and we can talk about your goals in relation to your goals, right? Why does this matter? Why have a 3-step process if it doesn't create something for you? This is what my mission is, to give you guys the tools that move you closer towards your goal. It's as simple as that. I was in that place where I was repeating mantras and I was doing all the work. I was doing all the things and nothing was moving forward. And I don't know about you, but that's way too frustrating. And I didn't come here for that. So when we look at our goals and we get a piece of paper and we write down our goals, we look at the energy, what could be entangled and enmeshed in those goals, in the phrase, in the words, right? So you can definitely join by Zoom. So when we were talking to Marley about, I create a beautiful, loving relationship, I'm ready to welcome and love. Yes. Those are 2 statements. I would break those up. I would change the word create to choose. Because sometimes when we say I'm now creating a 10K month, I'm now creating a loving relationship. When we think of the energy around creating or create, our body, our subconscious mind, even our conscious mind goes, oh, how much work do I have to do for this? What's that going to cost me? What do I have to give up to create that? Is this a whole new thing? Is it a brick house that I have to create? No. How about you choose it? Because it's already there waiting and ready for you to choose. And then when you write down, I choose a beautiful, loving relationship. What is in there that has some energy that may need to be shifted? Does that make sense? Yes. Is it Kaya or Chaya?
Kaya, Kaya.
Kaya.
Well, I told you my dilemma is my Latin community calls me Chaya, and it's been like a
Right.
battle for years. But yeah, but I go by Kaya. Can you talk a little
Okay.
bit more, and hopefully we can go a little bit back and forth on around the word ease, right? You mentioned the statement, I forget what organization you said it was from, but all of life comes to me
Yeah.
with joy and ease, I think is what you said.
Ease, joy, and glory. Yeah.
Ease, joy, and glory.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so you know a little bit about me. Other people that are on here have no idea who the heck I am, but we play in the same spiritual coaching space. And for me, when I started down this journey, I was 20. Um, Fast forward to this year, I'll be 45. Yay. Um, and I've shared with you in the past that the first time I made my first $1 million was through real estate, and I lost it faster than I made it because there was this imprint of it can't be this easy, right? Like, um, and so when I hear you talk about the ease part, that's been one of my struggles. Even now, as I'm at the crossroads of either expanding my digital agency or expanding my wellness practice, and I'm at a place where I got to decide. And Spirit is literally going, "You can pick either one. We don't care." And I'm going, I don't want to put all this work into this because this happened in the past, and I don't want to put. So there's this logic part that says I don't want to work the way I did last time, or I don't want to go through the same hardships I went last time or challenges last time. But then there's still that part of me that goes, but if it's too easy, what's the fun in it? Because that's literally what's underneath it for me, where I'm going, when it's too easy, there's no challenge. It's just, I used to think it had to do with my family. And then lo and behold, as I cut ties and worked on that, I was going, holy crap, there's a part of me that thrives because that's how I've been programmed in the chaos. And so then it feels worth it. But if it's too easy, then I'm like, oh my gosh. And then, of course, money comes and goes, or at least that's where I'm at now, where I literally see money like water. I'm like, it's everywhere. And it comes to me when I open the faucet. I just have to decide what faucet I'm going to open. So, anyways, there's my part.
Yeah. Yeah. And so a couple things there, and let's go into the three-step process. Like if you're wanting to tune into the ease, then create a statement like it's easy for me to create this. And when you say that, or I can create this with ease. And when you say I can create this with ease, where does that feel heavy in your body? And Renee's talking about urgency in the chat. Where does the urgency sit in your body? Kaya, is that in your solar plexus?
When I say the statement, I can create this with ease. And when I think of this, I'm thinking about my business. Because for me, if I think of everything in my life, it feels overwhelming. So
Yes.
when I think of I can create this new business with ease, is how I said it in my mind. I just feel this heaviness in my chest. And part of it
Okay.
is in my stomach, but the majority of it, it just feels like somebody's pressing down on my chest.
Okay. So chest, heart chakra is the wound of unworthiness. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that comes to mind that I've shared with you in the past is who do you think you are?
Mm, yeah. Yeah. So feeling okay, sweet candy feels it in her heart as well. So that's a lot. That's a lot. But what I'd love for you to do is feel into and this is where I'd love for you guys to think of that whiteboard out in front of you. This is the Kinetic Divination board. It's just an imaginary board out in front of you. It's a whiteboard, and it has 0% on the left and 100% on the right. And I want you to get a percentage of that unworthiness when you say, I feel unworthy of having this. I feel unworthy of this ease. I'm going to get a percentage. And then when you say, I eject all outside energy contributing to that feeling of unworthiness, no matter who it is, I'm releasing that from my body. And remember to breathe. Breathe into it. Eject your mother's energy that could be contributing to that feeling of unworthiness. Eject your father's energy that could be contributing to that feeling of unworthiness. Anybody else that you're close to, could be a son, a daughter, a partner, a best friend. Release and eject any and all outside energy contributing to that feeling of unworthiness. And then come back to the whiteboard and say, I feel unworthy of having this, or I feel unworthy of this being easy. And has that decreased? Has that percentage come down? Good.
Drastically.
Good.
So when you're walking through this process, right? Because this is something that you can walk someone through, or you can do on your own.
Yep.
And something else comes up. So as we were doing the exercise, the thought that came up was, I don't want to be responsible for everyone else. And so I was like, okay, let's focus on the ease, and we'll come to this, whatever this I don't want to be responsible for others thing is.
Mm-hmm. So if you had to give that a percentage,
it's like 80%. Like, it's huge.
And if
it's heavier and bigger than the first statement I said, because when I started with the first statement, I saw 40%, and by the time we were done, it was at about 10. And that's when the other statement popped up in my mind of, I just don't want it, because I asked, why am I still holding on to 10% here?
mm-hmm.
And it was the responsibility part. And then I asked, okay, well, what percent of resistance am I having with having to be responsible for others? And then I hear 80%.
And where's that sitting in your body?
In my neck, shoulders, it's just like in my back. Like just.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay. So if we tune into the subconscious, and if you at the same time eject all outside energy contributing to that perception of responsibility, and then remove any, tuning into the subconscious, asking the subconscious to release any and all fields that could be attached to the body, just releasing any energy, releasing any attachment, releasing any and all entanglement related to the perception of responsibility. Because you are responsible, you are a successful businesswoman. That comes with responsibility, and you can handle that responsibility. So this other perception of responsibility, I don't think belongs to you.
It's right now that you said, I don't think it belongs to you, and I check in, I hear a loud no. So it's interesting.
Yeah, we buy things like so often. We're bioenergetic. We're entangled with so much around us, and because we feel it in our body, we think, oh, that must be mine. I'm buying it. I'm agreeing with it. I'm going to align with that because I'm feeling it. So it must be mine. When everyone is bioenergetic, I believe everyone has a component of intuition in their body that they do or may not listen to. But when we work as a spiritual coach or mentor or healer, that level of entanglement, that's part of our job, is to feel deeply for our community, for our clients, for our family, for our staff, for our business. It's how we create in our business. We tune into the energy of what's possible through our business. And We really need to hone in and have this 3-step process at least to be able to really be clear on what is mine to choose right now, and tune into any energy that is entangled with that, and then release any energy, thought forms, fields, emotions that are contributing to the destruction of that. There could be energies, there could be thought forms, there could be a whole bunch of other stuff that's contributing to the creation of that. We want to increase that, but just release anything that is destroying the creation of your dreams and of your choices. Does that make sense? Does that feel better?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you go back to step 1. Okay, what am I choosing now? So this is this unending cycle of what am I choosing? What energy or emotion is around that that's maybe destroying it or making it difficult for me to choose this? And then ejecting, releasing all outside energy that could be contributing to that being destroyed, being resisted. And we go back to number 1 again. So there's when you go back to number 1, how are you feeling about the choice, the decision, choosing your goal, your desire? Does it feel okay to choose ease? Does it feel clear to choose a path?
Yeah, it's feeling better after letting go of the other energies. Yeah.
Oh, Marley, I can hardly hear you.
She said she's feeling better after releasing the other energies.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah, I found it helpful to be more clear and even though I thought I was being clear, like just rewriting it and journaling it did help, and also I went as far as to even going into like ancestors, like, and letting go of any kind of entanglement because I'm now reclaiming my free will because like that's my free will to choose and I have the right to choose. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we absolutely have all of these tools and options and choices and healing methodologies that we can go into and implement. But we still have to come back to that choice, right?
yeah,
Coming back to what we're wanting to. Oh, you're welcome, Renee. I'm so glad to see you here. What we're choosing, we come back to the choice. Sometimes we get enamored with all of these methodologies, all of the tools. And hey, I have a TV show called The Empowerment Toolkit. I love my tools. But remember to come back to the choice. What am I
yeah.
choosing? What am I
I
choosing?
I choose love to be easy.
Yes. Remember, your environment, your world is a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So when you show your mirror, when you show your reality, when you show your environment love, that is what you will get back.
Mm-hmm.
And you are very loving,
Mm-hmm.
right? You exude love. So keep exuding love and then keep choosing to receive it.
Yeah, I keep choosing to give and receive love in balance.
Yeah. Good. And keep writing down that choice. Like I wasn't, I hope you didn't think I was being critical of your first statement. I loved the first statement because there was so much energy entangled with a lot of the words that you were using. And this is a good practice to get into, to write down your goal and then look at the energy that's entangled with those goals, with those words in that goal.
Oh yeah.
If
Well,
you've been focusing on creating something for a while and it hasn't shown up, there's a reason why.
it shows up in different ways, but I'm wanting it to show up in a specific way. Yeah.
Mm, okay.
I see
Um,
evidence of love all the time, all day, every day. I
right.
think love is, the natural, actual emotion and energy behind everything that I do every day. And I do see evidence that, that's pretty much, that's what I choose all the time. That's what I'm choosing is love. So I'm just seeing evidence of that manifesting in the ways it wants to manifest. And I'm choosing it, I keep choosing to see evidence of that.
Yeah. Does it feel easy to say I choose for a loving friendship to come in to my life?
Yeah.
Are there restrictions on your friendships?
Um, Only in the sense that I have good quality people around. Like, I don't really, like, there can be a line between acquaintance and friend, but I think there's some really good people around, so it's pretty easy to make good friends.
Yeah, good. So when you think of the ease of that, the joy in having a really great friend, the ease of that,
Mm-hmm.
and really have a good vision, an image in your mind of that, and then tune into the image in your mind of you being in a with a loving partner. Does that feel as easy, or does it feel like there's more restrictions placed on that loving life partner?
Not necessarily because I consider friendship just as important and
Good.
just as permanent,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just as valuable.
Yeah. Good. When implementing this 3-step process, use that kinetic divination board, muscle test the percentage of ease with every word, every phrase in your desire, in your target, in your goal.
Mm.
Sweet Candy asks, how can I clear that block in my heart? Similarly, when we're working with, when we worked through with Kaya and the energy in her heart, I would tune in and muscle test what percentage of heaviness that is in your heart. And you can just imagine a whiteboard in front of you. 0% is on the left, 100% is on the right. You're just playing with this. Come back to that gratitude anchor. That's your place of power. Go back to that gratitude anchor. Muscle test the percentage of weight, of heaviness that you feel in your heart, and start releasing all outside energy that's contributing to that heaviness, and keep releasing it. A lot of times that stuff is not ours. We're buying it, we're accepting it, we're believing it from other people. So, Sweet Candy, when you say, I release this, I eject this weight, this heaviness from my heart, from my body, I eject all outside energy contributing to this weight. Does that feel like it lightens? And remember, we have free will, right? Where there's will, there is a way. She says, yes. Amazing. Every single day, guys, every single day I wake up and say, I eject all outside energy from my body. I'm asserting the mastery of my true self. That's from William Walker Atkinson. I'm asserting the mastery of my real self. We get lost and entangled in somebody else's view of who we are and what we should be doing and who we should be. what we should be creating, what we can't create. We accept so many perceptions about ourselves from that other people have of us. And we need to come back to the truth, right? Can someone write that down? Yes, I'll come back in the chat and write those down. Every morning, I eject all outside energy from my body and then reconnect. Do these 3 steps. Reconnect with your goal. Keep reminding your mind, your brain, your body, right? Your brain is a computer. So whatever you focus on, your computer goes and goes out into the world energetically and begins to create steps for you to get from here to there. So if we keep thinking of, I can't do it, this is hard, I can't do it, I'm not seeing it, I'm not seeing it, then your brain, being the computer, will make that so. Think of Star Trek, Captain Picard, make it so. That is your brain. Your brain is Captain Picard. Right? Plug into your brain the steps, the things that you want to create. And I think hopefully these 3 steps help you. If you want more information, if you want to play with more money tools, I am having a pop-up class this Friday. And that's the 9th of August. So if you want information, I'll drop the link below after the live. But this is coming deep into the blocks, the resistance, the rules, the points of view that we buy around money. There's a lot of them. We have a lot of points of view around money. And guess what? Most of them aren't ours. Buy them from other people. Yeah, Sweet Candy, I will send you info for sure. It's a pop-up class. It is a paid class, but it's only $47. If you need a payment plan, I can give you a payment plan. I want you at this class. I want you to have these tools. You need these tools. They've changed my life. They've changed the lives of my clients. This is powerful stuff for you to implement. And they're so easy. They're so easy. Can we just let it be easy, right? Kaya, how are you doing?
I was going to say goodbye. I have a session that's going to start in a little bit. But it was, as always, an honor to be in your presence.
As you as well. Yes. Thank you so much for joining me. It was so good to see you.
Do you know what time you're doing the pop-up class?
I think it's 4 Eastern. I'd have to double check.
Okay. All right. If it fits within what I'm doing, I'll definitely join.
Cool. I'll drop the link in the group.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, Kaya. Good to see you. And everybody else, please implement these tools. Create this 3-step process. Get really clear on your goal. Really clear. Write it down. And then look at the words that you're using. Eject all outside energy around any of the phrases that you're using. And ask yourself, as you're looking at that phrase, looking at what you've written down, look at that and say, okay, can I make this more playful? Can I make this easier? Can I make this more, does this feel enjoyable for me? Or does it feel like there's work that I have to do and create and get into oh my gosh, how am I going to get into alignment with this, right? Can it just be easier? Can it just be more playful and fun? I hope it can. I know it can. I hope that it feels that way. I hope it feels available for you to choose that. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that you joined me. Can we just take a moment before we say goodbye to just hold space for everybody here? Sweet Candy, Renee, Kaya, Marley, anybody else in the chat that is here and I haven't seen your name. Anybody on the replay? I just want to really hold space for you. I'm scrolling up the chat to see if there's anybody else here. I want to hold space for you and for your desires, and just take a minute, take a breath, and come back to your body. And I really would love for you to say hello body, I love you, body. Your body does so much for you. Take a breath, breathe deeply into your abdomen. And as you exhale, release anything that doesn't belong to you and allow yourself to come back to, oh my gosh, what can I create today that would be just so enjoyable for me to experience? There's so much enjoyment in life that I get to experience, and I'm claiming that. I'm choosing that now. And repeat that often throughout your day. I'm so grateful that you are here with me. I'm sending you so much energy and love and light and ease and options and choices, because there are always options and choices. I'm sending you blessings. And just for a few seconds, I want you to sit in receiving of that. Tell yourself, I can receive, I can receive, I can receive. If these 3 steps resonated with you, if you felt a change during this, please do comment below. And I will see you hopefully Friday for the pop-up class. I'll send the links below. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.